We have turned the page on the sports calendar and refreshed the web page for 2024, which signifies that it is time to anticipate the developments that await us in 2025. However, this task may prove challenging. This is particularly true when considering that many of our prominent sports programs were on the verge of achieving something remarkable. 5 sports writers from the Arizona Republic present 5 narratives each within their respective areas of expertise as a component of our 25 for 2025 feature. Their contributions will be published over the forthcoming days. Numerous Arizona sports enthusiasts remain nostalgic about the near successes of Coach Kenny Dillingham's surprising Arizona State football team, whose season culminated in a double overtime Peach Bowl defeat against Texas in the college football playoff quarterfinals. The feelings of regret, hypothetical scenarios, and the distressing conclusion to the Arizona Cardinals' once promising season are particularly vivid, as the Valley's NFL team lost 5 of their last 7 games, thus failing to secure a playoff spot. This disappointment stings especially, considering an encouraging 6-4 start and first-place status in the NFC West prior to the bye week in mid-November. Moreover, we must acknowledge the unforeseen and disheartening conclusion to the Arizona Diamondbacks season, where the reigning National League champions lost 5 of their final 7 games, leading them to anxiously await the results of a doubleheader regular season finale between the Mets and Braves. Had one of those teams triumphed with a sweep, Arizona would have been reinstated in the playoffs as a NL wildcard contender. However, the Mets and Braves split their games, resulting in the Diamondbacks being edged out on tiebreakers, just a year after their commendable run to their second World Series appearance. The situation on the basketball court has not been entirely favorable either. The Phoenix Mercury, a team that boasts 3 WNBA championships and has reached the Western Conference Finals on 9 occasions, faced defeat in the first round of the playoffs against the Minnesota Lynx. Furthermore, their longtime superstar, Diana Taurasi, league's all-time leading scorer, is deliberating retirement. Meanwhile, the 2024-25 Phoenix Suns have encountered significant difficulties under the guidance of first-year coach Mike Budenholzer in what he and team owner Matt Ishbia had anticipated as a championship season. The circumstances have been so disorganized that an extraordinary turnaround would be necessary to secure a postseason berth. As if this were not enough for Arizona sports fans to endure, we also lost our NHL franchise, the Arizona Coyotes, to Salt Lake City of all places. They are now operating under the guise of the Utah Hockey Club and appear to be performing well. Congratulations to them, however, it is disheartening for us. Please give me another drink and make it a double. In truth, could there be a more opportune moment to contemplate the potential prospects that the upcoming year may hold for our professional teams and the ASU football program? Since you are likely in search of an effective remedy for a hangover that does not entail unconventional suggestions from your eccentric uncle or misinformed mother-in-law, we are here to assist you. The much-anticipated Unrivaled Basketball League is scheduled to commence on Friday night, featuring co-founders Nafisa Collier and Brianna Stewart in the inaugural match between the Lunar Owls Basketball Club and the Mist Basketball Club. This league, supported by $35 million in funding from prominent figures in sports, is expected to significantly alter the dynamics of the WNBA offseason. Caitlin Clark was recently seen supporting the Chiefs at Arrowhead Stadium during their game against the Texans in the NFL divisional round. Clark identifies as a fan of the Chiefs, alongside being a Swiftie. In contrast to the conventional practice of playing abroad during the off-season, Unrivaled provides WNBA athletes the opportunity to remain in the United States, refine their skills, and secure lucrative contracts. The 3-on-3 league has already garnered interest from notable female basketball legends, including Sabrina Ionescu, Brittany Griner, Alyssa Thomas, and Skylar Diggins-Smith, all of whom are set to compete in the inaugural season. Additionally, Angel Reese and Arika Goombawale will also headline the second match on opening night. Despite the impressive roster, a significant name is absent: Caitlin Clark. The 2024 WNBA Rookie of the Year reportedly declined an offer of $1 million in addition to equity in the league. Clark chose not to participate in organized basketball during her first professional off-season, opting instead to concentrate on other personal pursuits. Although Clark will not be a participant in Unrivaled's inaugural season, her absence is indeed notable. In her inaugural season with the Indiana Fever, Clark's games averaged 1. 19 million viewers, in stark contrast to just 394,000 for games without her. Her involvement would certainly have provided a considerable advantage to the emergent league. Unrivaled Commissioner Mickey Lawler stated that the league remains open to Clark's future participation. "The door is always open," Lawler remarked, suggesting that Clark may consider joining the league as early as 2026 or later. Despite launching without two of the most prominent stars in women's basketball, Clark and the 2024 MVP Asia Wilson, Unrivaled has laid a robust foundation for achievement. With substantial financial backing, a lineup of legendary players, and a media rights agreement with TNT Sports, the league is poised for a successful debut season. Chicago Sky star Angel Reese is encountering a surge of frustration as her off-court endeavors face challenges. Renowned for her impressive performance on the court and her significant social media influence, Reese recently expressed her concerns regarding the loss of 5.2 million followers on TikTok due to a platform shutdown, which has reportedly affected her financial prospects. However, her frustration appears to be intensified by observing the effortless ascent of Indiana Fever rival Caitlin Clark to prominence, fueled solely by her basketball abilities. Clark, who has consistently captivated audiences with her on-court skills, has emerged at the nexus of sports and celebrity. Earlier this year, she appeared on Travis Kelce's podcast, showcasing her undeniable talent within the sport. Then on Saturday, Clark was observed in Travis Kelce's suite alongside Taylor Swift during the Kansas City Chiefs game in the NFL playoffs against the Houston Texans, a relationship stemming from her authentic enthusiasm for football, rather than strategic networking. While Reese has adeptly utilized fashion and branding to elevate her profile, Clark's ascent to mainstream recognition has been more spontaneous. Her capacity to engage audiences without the reliance on meticulously planned strategies appears to emphasize the effectiveness of allowing one's performance to speak for itself. This contrast has not gone unnoticed by Reese, who recently suggested her mounting exasperation on social media. The sight of Clark effortlessly connecting with Swift, a global figure, at Arrowhead Stadium serves as a difficult reminder for Reese. It illustrates that the court remains Clark's primary arena, and that triumph outside of basketball can occur organically when a genuine love for the sport is evident. As Reese reflects on her next moves, she may find it necessary to reassess how to harmonize her basketball skills with her endeavors beyond the court. Unrivaled will showcase several prominent stars from the WNBA playing alongside individuals they might not have anticipated, including Angel Reese collaborating with Lexi Hull. What renders this pairing intriguing is that Hull is one of Caitlin Clark's teammates and close friends in the Indiana Fever. Hull has established herself as one of the premier 6 women in the league, developing a notable chemistry with Clark as they both contributed to Indiana's return to the playoffs after nearly a decade. In the meantime, Reese appears to have recuperated from her wrist injury, which prematurely concluded her remarkable rookie season. With Reese now prepared to team up with Hull, it is pertinent to examine 3 players poised to make an impact in the new 3x3 league. Hull possesses the unique distinction of playing alongside both Reese and Clark, although at 2 separate stages of her career. Nevertheless, it seems that the two are cultivating synergy off the court, as the Sky star promotes the Fever sharpshooter on social media through the Rose BC Instagram account. Beneath a video showcasing Hull's shooting prowess, Reese commented, "Go big Lexi." The 25-year-old is recognized as one of the most lethal three-point shooters in the WNBA, achieving a conversion rate of 47.1% on her attempts last season, trailing only Emily Engstler, and it is reasonable to consider how her inside-out game with Reese may evolve. Another individual to monitor is Sabrina Ionescu, particularly in light of her performance just months after sustaining an injury to her shooting hand. The 2024 season was a remarkable one for Ionescu and the New York Liberty, culminating in a championship victory over the Minnesota Lynx in the 2024 WNBA Finals. However, Ionescu faced challenges due to a high-grade ulnar collateral ligament tear during the last 2 games of that series, significantly impacting her performance as she recorded 6 of 34 shooting from the field and 1 of 15 from three-point range in Games 4 and 5 combined. As the final player announced to Unrivaled, it remains uncertain whether she has completely recuperated from her significant thumb injury. In conjunction with Ionescu's recovery, Sato Sabally, who has frequently been sidelined due to injuries, should also attract attention, particularly given her capacity to alter the dynamics of a game when active. While it is acknowledged that Unrivaled will take place on a court smaller than the WNBA standard, the skill set of the 6'4" star is expected to be applicable. Nevertheless, the extent to which her abilities translate is questionable, especially since she is effectively utilizing Unrivaled as an opportunity to exhibit her skill set prior to the upcoming season. Recently, Sibylle acknowledged that her tenure with the Dallas Wings has concluded and that both she and the franchise are seeking a suitable resolution to their collaboration. Notably, Sibylle will share the court with Ionescu, which could signify a future partnership. On January 16, it was disclosed that the Indiana Fever had extended a core qualifying offer to prominent guard Kelsey Mitchell. The ramifications of this offer, which constitutes a one-year, veteran supermax contract, indicate that Mitchell is now precluded from negotiating a free agency agreement with any team other than the Fever. Her alternatives now include remaining with the Fever for the forthcoming season or negotiating a sign-and-trade agreement with another franchise should she wish to exit Indiana. Observations suggest that Mitchell has had a favorable experience in Indiana and is receptive to resigning with the organization, making it probable that she will join star guard Caitlin Clark in the 2025 season. Moreover, during her January 9 appearance on the ISA, Indiana High School Athletic Association, Insider podcast, Fever head coach Stephanie White expressed admiration for Mitchell. When considering Caitlin Clark as a generational talent and the sometimes overlooked Kelsey Mitchell, who has demonstrated an incredible work ethic since my time covering her at the Big Ten Network and observing her at Ohio State. One ponders the components we possess and how to integrate them, White remarked. She later added, "This team, which possesses exceptional offensive talent, contemplating all the possibilities we can explore, is genuinely thrilling to me. The initial priority for the Fever is to secure Mitchell's resigning. If they succeed in this endeavor, their prospects for success in 2025 would appear promising." White was featured on an episode of the ISA, Indiana High School Athletic Association, Insider that aired on January 9. During the episode, she candidly discussed the challenges involved in mitigating Caitlin Clark's impact. "We possess significantly more defensive assets," White remarked in relation to the Sun. "I am uncertain how any collegiate team can adequately prepare for a Caitlin Clark, as it cannot be achieved through a single individual," White further commented while conversing with Kelly Komara, associate head coach of the Purdue women's basketball team. "And it cannot be accomplished through one-on-one strategies, correct? It necessitates a comprehensive effort from the entire five-member team," White elaborated. Komara subsequently shared a humorous anecdote about her unsuccessful attempts to contain Clark during the matchup between her Purdue squad and the Iowa Hawkeyes during Clark's time in college.